Cheers.
Ready to meet the horde?
Mm-hmm. Bring it on.
Well, guys, here we are, and here is my lovely wife, Courtney. We have been through all the comments, and we wrote down all the questions. And
By we, he means me.
yes, my wife. My wife did
I did my homework.
Did her homework and got the questions written down. So let's just crack right into it.
Mm-hmm.
Take over, my love.
All right. So, if I get your name wrong, do not destroy me in the comment section. I'll do my best. So, Dane Cole 1, I believe it is. How do you deal with your husband's tool addiction? Oh, well, I'd definitely try and pull the reins in. If I didn't, he would probably go buck wild all the time. But they're write-offs, and I'm like, as long as
you need the tools to get the job done. It's like,
yeah,
no tools don't work.
some of these tools don't just get the job done.
They get it done and then some.
Or they're like antiques that sit on your shop windowsill.
Until I need them.
To answer your question, I am usually fine with him buying a tool if he tells me what project it's for, what he's using it for, and the fact that it's a tax write-off for us and it's not like $10,000.
Did I not tell you about the power hammer?
Yeah, that's not happening. Nice try.
Not yet.
You have asked me about.
Need a bigger shop first.
He's asked me about the power hammer. We've had the conversation. So Laura.
Who doesn't need a power hammer?
You right at the
I
moment.
already got a power hammer.
Oh Lord. Here goes. Okay, buckle up. It's gonna get rowdy.
Gin and tonic.
Yeah, it's more gin than tonic.
I'll keep it. Sorry.
Laura Stewart wants to know, what's your favorite thing your hubby has made of wood, or husband has made of wood? My favorite thing, gosh, that's really hard.
That's what she said.
I walked right into that.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. I mean, the jewelry box is spectacular, obviously. That would probably be my favorite thing. I mean, this workbench is epic. And Asher's bed is spectacular, and the urn that he made for Florence is like...
The bunk beds weren't fantastic?
Well, okay. Should we just list all your projects?
No.
Okay, moving on. Ashley Armstrong, is the samurai always that annoying? Just kidding. Oh. How does Miss Samurai create or pursue craftsmanship? Great question. My domain, my workshop is the kitchen.
Damn right.
I love cooking. I love baking. I love cooking for people. I like getting creative and figuring out new things, and that is where I hone my samurai skills.
She is a killer in the kitchen.
And I mean, you asked. I feel like I'm tooting my own horn here, but I also love gardening. Chris Hennington, I'd like your reaction to the card box or any handcrafted gift that the samurai has built or given. Dude, watch the video for my reaction for the hand card box. I was in shock. It was gorgeous.
And so much.
Oh yeah, whatever. Literally.
Oh, we're gonna go there, are we?
Okay. A handcrafted gift. Well, the first thing that the samurai ever gave me was before we were actually technically even dating. It was a few pieces of 2x4, 1x6 or something that were glued together, and it was this big oval sign, and he carved it. Beautiful landscape that I love looking at. We were up at a Young Life camp, Malibu Club. Young Life Camp up in British Columbia. That's where we met, and we were both volunteering there for a month or two. So this was where he gave me this gift. It was an oval sign, and he had carved the landscape of Malibu. So if anybody's been there, he carved it was Frankenstein, right?
Yeah, the inlet and the mountains.
Yeah, and the Forbidden Island.
Carved Malibu Club.
And then the words Malibu Club. And totally surprised me.
Sealed the deal.
totally surprised me the night before we left. He had a little gift for me. We weren't officially dating then because we kind of weren't really allowed to.
You totally planted like this biggest, slobberiest kiss on me though.
I did. That was our first kiss.
Yeah.
So he gave me this little...
It's intense.
Biggest slap. You make me sound like a dog or something.
No, but it was
Can
just
you
like...
edit that out?
It was aggressive.
How about you edit that out?
It was just a really like, we're kissing.
You're editing this out.
I enjoyed it.
He's going to edit that out. Anyway.
No.
The gift. Yes, you are, you piece of work. That gift was the first thing Samurai gave to me. I still have it. It's very special. Fritz van Schuttingen.
Schuttingen.
There we go.
Schuttingen.
No, there's no L.
Schult.
No, there's no L. Van Schuttingen. I think I got it right. Why isn't he building a big wooden playhouse instead of the small plastic one? Well, Fritz. Things take money, and sometimes we don't have the time or the money. Will he build one? Very likely, yes. He has a whole Ewok village that he wants to build for our children.
I'm building an Ewok village.
So, in the meantime, when he doesn't have time, or we didn't have the cash for a nice big timber play structure, I found one used for $75.
Yeah, it
fits the bill.
And plastic doesn't rot like wood. Typically, I don't like to build wooden structures that are exposed to the elements. So if I build a wooden structure, it needs to have a roof over it. But my kids are going to grow up, so I try not to spend a lot of my time building things that they're going to grow out of.
Right.
Because they spend a couple of years playing on a playhouse or whatever, and then you got to sell it or get rid of it. So we just buy used stuff that works that our kids can play with for a couple of years, and then we put
pass it along to somebody
back
else.
on used Victoria. Somebody else will buy it and keep going with it. You know.
Rai Singh Uriarte. Sorry. How do I keep my inner peace with 4 kids and the creative samurai in the house? How do I keep my inner peace?
Good question.
2 words. Self-care. Not selfish, just self-care. I can't take care of 4 kids and be what the samurai needs me to be without also taking care of myself from time to time. And peace, for me, comes from my faith and God. That's just my personal, where I get peace and how I stay calm. Because you have to be calm. With 4 boys, you're either a puddle on the floor and like shaking because you're like in constant stress, or you're just super laid back and roll with it.
It's an absolute zoo around our house all day, every day.
Okay.
You stop bleeding eventually.
Right? Oh, somebody was asking why 4 kids. Who was that?
Why 4 kids? Why not 4 kids?
Yeah. Okay, you take that one.
Dutchen Trotten Delight.
That is a sweet name. Seriously. I think you might have nailed it on the first go.
No, I did not nail it.
Okay, we're sorry.
Deutsch Hordenlied. Deutsch Hordenlied.
Are you trying to like...
Why 4 kids?
Why 4 kids?
We kept going for a girl, and it was like, boy.
That's not entirely true. But
we always wanted 4 kids.
We always wanted 4 kids. I come from a family of 4 kids. I like a big family.
I came from a family of 3. I have 2 older sisters. I always wanted a brother, and then we got all these boys, and then I wanted a daughter, and
no daughter.
Boys kept coming. So after 4, we're like, pull the chute.
Yeah.
Yeah, Samurai got fixed.
Yeah. Fluid Flame. Cool name. What is your recommendation to Jesse on where to go from here, and what daily gig would help him to be the man he was created to be? I think he's kind of doing what he should be doing. He should be doing the woodworking and getting some help with the video, which is kind of where we're in the direction we're going. So that is my recommendation.
This whole YouTube thing is we're just figuring it out
as we go. Like this was
there aren't really any templates. Most channels are just kind of making it up as they go along, and so it's really hard to kind of figure out like what works for one channel might not work for the other channel. So we're just kind of finding our groove here, and we've been at it for a couple of years now, And I think with help from the videography and editing side, which consumes so much time, it's like 50% video and editing and 50% working on the tools, and well, not even, it's more like 30% working on the tools, and then the remainder is like running errands and trying to take care of just my daily responsibilities, cut my grass and stuff. So
So my recommendation is that he does what he's passionate about, because that's what he's good at. Well, and Jordan Smith was wondering, how hard was it when Jesse decided to try and go full-time YouTube, and was there any concern about the career choice? So like he said earlier, this is all, we've been going like flying by the seat of our pants. I don't think either of us really anticipated that it would be what it's become. And so there really wasn't a, before you do this, let's analyze and discuss it all. It's like, this is all happening. This is amazing. We're excited. Oh my gosh, what? Like every week.
It started out as a side project. So
yeah, he was working full time, contract work, and in evenings and weekends he would do projects and videos and keep up with the online stuff. And
the whole idea was that I was just doing it as hoping that it would become kind of a supplemental income. That, if I could create enough videos that would bring in a couple $100 a month, kind of residual, just because those videos keep getting views, then that's great. It's an extra couple $100 a month. And that was kind of my perspective when I started out, is like, I just want to create some residual income that'll just keep trickling in. And then once it kind of got going, it was like, whoa, that's doing better than I even thought. And after a year, we were kind of like, holy crap, like we could make this into
we're actually getting
full-time
paid.
career. And
Whoa. But it was like a whole year of not getting
it took
paid.
a year of just working like two jobs, basically, all my weekend time and extra time.
Evenings and
and
it was
everything.
a lot of work in the beginning.
But once, it's kind of like a snowball effect. Once you put in all that time and energy, it starts to, get rolling, and then it's, once it gets rolling, it's awesome, and so we just got the momentum up while I was still working full-time as a contractor. So it was definitely not kind of like, we're going all in YouTube. It was definitely started as a side project, and then it just kind of naturally
snowballed,
transitioned into a full-time job.
Austin Henry, he and his wife recently had a baby, congratulations, who is a preemie, who also had some medical difficulties, several surgeries, etc. Was discharged from the hospital right when Asher's bed video was posted, or around then. Can you talk a little bit about your son? And how does he like his bed? And does he like to help in the shop? Asher is like a whole video in and of himself.
He loves his bed.
And he loves his bed. He's had a crazy he's 9.5. So like to tell you a lot about Asher would probably take like a good 10 minutes.
I'll do like just a quick abbreviated version just for time, because we don't have enough time to go into that. But Asher was diagnosed in utero with all sorts of health complications that the doctors had never even seen before. And the outcome, they said, was likely he had like a 10% chance of living outside the womb, and we should probably abort him. We chose not to. He spent the first year of his life in the neonatal intensive care unit in Vancouver Children's Hospital. So we had to move over to Vancouver and live in people's basements for 410
days.
10 days.
13.5 months.
Before he was actually stable enough for us to bring him home. And so that was in itself just an absolute nightmare. But it's long behind us now. Our son has finally become stable. A lot of in and out trips to the hospital with some pretty terrible infections and a bout of sepsis, which caused him to have some brain damage and all sorts of other delays. So all the different things. We couldn't even list off all the issues that we have with our son, but he is one happy, amazing, energetic boy. He gets up at about 4:30 or 5 every morning, ready for the day. And thanks to this woman who gets up with him and manages the kids in the morning, I am able to get enough sleep to be able to come in here and function and make videos. So
I don't like him to have sleep deprivation, because it worries me when he's working with power tools and saws and things like that, if he's tired and not paying attention. So
Asher,
I like all his digits.
Yeah, so Asher is not able to work with tools and that sort of stuff. Even though he's 9.5, he's typically kind of developmentally more around maybe 4 years old. And so he's still got a long way to go. He didn't walk until he was like 4.5 years old. So everything is a day at a time with Asher, and we celebrate all the milestones that he reaches in his own time. But he's not so much a woodshop kind of guy. The other 3 brothers, though, I'm sure they love to just get their hands dirty and get into everything. And so I'm sure I'll have plenty of help in the shop in the future years. But
Mitchell Vaughan, Jesse's 6'6", and you look barely shorter than him in the videos. How tall are you? Okay.
Well, you're a lot shorter than I am.
I was going to say, I'm nowhere near as tall. I come to his armpit. I'm 5'4.5", and he's 6'6". So there's a good 14 inches almost in between us. So that answer is good. Not tall at all.
We make it work, though.
Yeah. I'm average for a female. You are just a freak of nature. So Jeremiah Griffin says, what is the thing you love most about the Samurai Carpenter, and what is the thing you love most about Jesse? Here's the deal, guys. The inside scoop.
Personalities.
Not really, though. What you see is Jess. It's him. So the samurai is Jesse. Jesse is the samurai.
I'm pretty much crazy 24 hours a day.
He has a ridiculous sense of humor. He says crazy stuff. He's hilarious. He's fun. He's
YOLO, you only live once. YOLO. Just gotta shoot from the hip.
No, I mean, since I've known him, he's been making everybody laugh, and this is him. It's not the samurai is different than Jesse. Jesse and the samurai are one and the same person. It's not like, Beyonce and Sasha Fierce. It's not your alter ego. You have no idea what I'm talking about.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows what I'm talking about. Okay, never mind. What is my favorite? What do I like most about you?
Everything.
Good. He's the full meal deal.
Good answer. Supersized?
Lord. Okay. Did we do this one? Troy Andrews. Does the samurai hang his towel or drop it on the floor? Are you trying to start a fight on camera?
There is some debate about this issue.
Troy? He's trying. He tries. He does. When he thinks of it, he hangs it up.
I hang up my towel.
When he's thinking of other things?
A couple of instances in the last 12 years of marriage where I put a damp towel on the bed, and it's you're never going to hear the end of it. You're never going to hear the end of it. You could have a 5-year track record of hanging your towel like I do, but those 2 times that you put it on the bed. Oh, God. Am I right, guys?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm right.
Kevin Keiley. What is it like living with a god amongst men?
Good question.
Kevin, you're killing me.
Do elaborate.
As if you need your ego stroked anymore.
I think we're gonna camp out on this question for a little bit.
We are moving right along is what we're doing.
No, you gotta say something.
What is it like living with a god amongst men? Oh my god. You guys. It's like a dream. There you go.
Really?
Great answer. What?
Really?
That is a silly question.
That's a great opportunity.
A god amongst men.
Maybe you should expand your horizon a little bit and appreciate other people's perspectives.
Okay. I get it. He thinks you're amazeballs. But calling you a god is a little bit over the top.
Yeah, but you gotta see the intention behind the question. Sure, it's a little bit over the top, but
what is it like living with the samurai? How about that? Can we just say that? We'll say that.
Special.
What is it like? Never a dull moment.
Do elaborate.
What was that?
That's my croc rubbing against the stool.
Crocs. The guy wears Crocs. Your question is answered. Okay. Espo Desk. Jesse's girl. Whoop, whoop. It's my favorite. And he had another good one. We're going to make it into a t-shirt.
Oh, he gets 2 questions?
Keep calm and chisel on. Ooh, dude.
That's going to go on the t-shirt.
T-shirt.
Good job, Espo Desk.
Whoever Espo Desk is. William. Do you have to discipline the samurai a lot? How do you manage 4 kids? Do you stitch him up when he cuts himself? And what is the biggest scare or worst injury he's had? Do I discipline the samurai? No, I'm not his mama. I ain't your mama.
I stitch myself like Rambo, First Blood.
No, you know what his thing is? He doesn't get stitches. It's either super glue or electrical tape.
Yeah. No, I get stitches too, though.
Yeah, but no, he goes to the hospital. How do I manage 4 kids? 1 day at a time.
Yeah.
What was the
They're
biggest
all still
scare?
alive.
Yay!
Baron win.
Winning! What's the biggest scare or worst injury you've had? He's fallen off a few ladders and things.
You say that like it happens all the time. It's happened like twice. I don't even know why we were married for that one time.
When you were doing windows, I legit just didn't.
We didn't know each other
ask.
when I fell off the roof, but I didn't injure myself. I like did like a ninja samurai roll into the bushes. And
Yeah.
Not a scratch.
But you fell off the ladder at Michelle's, and then
That'll knock the wind out of you. Let me tell you.
I think I was there. Was I there?
It was like
no.
15 foot to like belly flop on the lawn.
Woo! Geno Angelica. Do you feel fortunate that you moved out of the U.S. and happy to be in Canada? I'm happy to be in Canada, but let me just set the record straight. I am an American. I will always be an American. I love my country, no matter what kind of crazy is happening in my country.
It's like
I am
cliche.
a loyal to the death American. I love Canada. God bless America. Your right hand over your heart. But no, I love Canada. I love BC, love Canada.
Vancouver Island. It's like the best of Canada condensed into one island.
And there are
separated
certain
from the rest of
things
Canada.
where I'm very grateful that I live in Canada.
Yeah.
You know, but there are also things that I love and miss about my home country.
In-N-Out Burger. Chipotle.
Dude. The list can just be like a mile long.
Yeah.
Reggie Williams. His wife wants to know if I know how much you spend on tools in a year. They have a actual like wager, like a finance, like I think it's $1,000.
You do the books. You
this.
should know. I spend a lot of money on tools.
I legit don't know.
Well,
actually.
if we include like all the shop tool.
Well, the
purchases,
shop tools were purchased 2
probably
years
like
ago.
30 grand. In
2
the
years
last
ago.
year.
So are you counting that? Like, what are you counting? I'm not totally sure. Like hand tools plus all the like. Well, you've had some tools given to you. We just
kind of got to the point where
gas
I've got.
axe, that was a lot of money.
I've got enough tools. No, I don't have enough.
He never has enough tools.
I have enough tools to keep me busy at the moment doing all sorts of different stuff. And the tools that are still on my to-get list,
Which is a mile long.
quite significant in price, like $10,000 power hammer.
Not happening.
It needs that. Have you not watched an Alex Steele video?
Yeah.
Have you
and
seen
you're
what
not
he could do with one of those things?
the steel samurai. You're the Samurai Carpenter.
I need to make tools for myself, chisels. It's
Haven't
been on
tried
my bucket list for a long time.
Fair.
Okay. Forge my own.
I don't
chisels.
actually know. I would wager.
10 grand?
No, depends. If you're like on the year that we bought all the shop tools, it was like over 20 grand, and we got them like all half price.
It's a good year.
But this last year, like 5.
5-6 grand.
Yeah, 5, 6. So whoever was closest, you win.
8.
What did you buy?
There's just lots of little things.
I know. That's the little things add up.
The little things.
Herman Ronk, which of his projects made you the most proud? That's a tough one. All of them.
Really?
Cliche. I know. This project was insane. Like the workbench. I love the live edge bed that he made for Ash. Like that was really special. Honestly, the urn that he made for his cousin's little girl Florence.
Yeah, that was a once in a lifetime experience.
That is probably the one that makes me the most proud.
We'll link that video at the end if you haven't seen it. It's,
Flowers for Florence. Look it up.
Yeah.
And have tissue.
Down in the description box.
Red FTW. Who comes up with the final say on design and reno of the house?
Ooh.
Who do you think?
This guy.
I definitely have input.
Yes, and I value that highly.
Yes. But my day-to-day is dealing with 4 little people. And if there are things that I want heard, I voice my opinion, no problem. And he listens. And if it's something I'm adamant about, then I usually will get my way.
You always get your way.
Unless he can persuade me otherwise.
She's very persuasive herself.
Right. Shane Kelderman. How has Jesse's work affected your family, faith life, and how do you resolve that issue? There's a lot of figuring it out as we go. I am definitely vocal about when I feel like priorities are not in the right place for Jess. But it's a balance, and it's unique to everybody, and you have to, as a married couple, just work that out. I don't think it's affected our family or faith life in anything but a positive way.
Yeah, it's definitely been a positive.
Yeah, Jesse's around more, like our boys
finding your calling and your destiny and having the ability to make it your full-time job, your reality it's an experience.
It's incredible.
I highly recommend it.
Yeah. Let me just say this, married couples, if you're kind of in the thick of it, you're not quite kind of where you want to be, but you're working your ass off and there's not a lot of time. One thing that we've done as a couple is not just communicate, but we go on a date once a week. And
critical.
Like, I cannot tell you guys how important
date your wife.
That is. So we check in, we talk about things. That's where I say, look, I'm feeling overwhelmed. Yeah. Like, you're in like super deep right now, and it's it's hurting us or whatever. Or like, things are great. Let's plan. Let's move forward. Get excited.
Dreamscaping.
We dreamscape. We come up with, okay, what do we want next? Where are we going next? We communicate. So it's like, and everybody's like, oh yeah, but I can't find a babysitter, or I can't afford it, or whatever.
That's bullshit.
Divorce is way more expensive.
Way more. Counseling.
Marriage counseling is like $100 to $120 for an hour. Think of it this way. You were going out for what? Like 3 to 4 hours, depending on how long your date night is.
And it's dinner.
Maybe going to cost the same amount for like way more time.
Babysitter, you get babysitter, you get food thrown in, and ask your counselor for a steak dinner. Good luck.
Yeah. So that's our argument against those who say, oh, I can't do it, or I can't afford it.
Date night every week. It's cheaper than a divorce.
Just pick a night, get Burgett. How romantic is this samurai, and what is the nicest thing he has said to you this weekend? He's romantic. Like, he made a dinner reservation for us at our favorite restaurant this past week. Not that long ago, was it in May? He surprised me with a weekend away, like planned for my parents to come up for 2 nights, watch our kids.
A massage.
To my favorite resort on the island.
Is it spa?
Where my favorite spa is.
Oui.
We had some amazing time together. So he planned all of that without me even knowing. It wasn't even like my birthday or anniversary. We just needed it.
Yeah.
So that answers why he's very romantic. When we were dating, he wrote me handwritten letters.
Handwritten.
Yeah. He's very sweet and thoughtful.
Hers were way longer. 4 pages.
That's because
mine were like condensed.
They were the kind that it's like 1 page, but it made you cry. It made me cry. So it's like, oh, this man's amazing. I have to marry him. And I did. Okay. I try to keep this kid under control. There is just no doing that. He will say whatever, whenever. And there's no censoring.
I love to push people's buttons.
I will watch a video and be like, don't post that. Don't. Edit that out. Like the raccoon video.
Honestly, I have my opinions, but
I for real was like, you cannot put that on the internet. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Most of you don't. Most of you shouldn't. No. See, like stuff, like shit like this.
See what I got at the lumber yard the other day? How awesome is that? It's a Trump chia. Oh my gosh.
God.
I'm Canadian. I couldn't even vote for the guy, but come on. Trump chia. It's funny.
He thinks it's funny.
Even if you're
you guys
not,
all take him seriously.
Even if you didn't vote for the guy. Like, hey, look.
You're getting too much playtime.
Look, they got Barack, they got Hillary, and Bernie. Okay? So everybody's got an option. Freedom of choice.
You happen to buy the most obnoxious one.
They only had the Trumps. I obviously would have chose the Trump, but moving on.
Guys, I try. I really do. Yeah.
It's fun. It's going to be a collector's item.
Here's the thing. You can't take anything he says too seriously when he says stuff that's like
I love to irritate and push people's buttons because really, buttons are meant to be pushed.
He thinks people take life too seriously.
Yeah, you got to relax, people.
And so, like, the last video, we actually legit had people unsubscribing because I made
fun of Norm Abrams.
Fun of a few of the, like, grandfathers of carpentry.
I called him old, which was just an observation. He is old. He's retired. He doesn't even make the show anymore. I can't censor
him. Like,
I said he's an awesome dude.
Yeah.
I respect what Norm did for the craft, but the point I was trying to make was that it's time to pass the torch to the next generation, and
like some of your people said, you are standing on the shoulders of those guys.
I get a little sassy. I do.
Snarky.
I've never been able to sit through a Norm Abrams show start to finish.
You can't get your panties in a bunch about whatever he says because he's just
sharing my opinions.
He's a mouthpiece. But can we all just have different opinions and still like all get along?
We
like
can.
You don't need to unsubscribe. You don't need to unsubscribe.
That what makes
you can get along. You can have different
unsubscribe.
Okay, whatever. You can have different opinions and still be like, you're cool, I'm cool, we're cool.
Yeah.
You can.
But you
cannot
also
agree.
Fight about it, which makes life so much more colorful.
Moving on. This is a really appropriate question to transition. Tyler Stevens' wife is asking, how does one acquire the patience to live with a woodworker? I'm assuming because he's in the shop all day long.
Try to acquire the patience to do woodworking.
Yeah, that takes patience too. It's just who they are. So you either love who they are or you don't love who they are. And you have to be really honest with yourself. And if you're in a relationship that's committed, you need to learn to love who they are. And
trust that one day the renovation will be done.
Yeah.
One day.
Pretty much none of our renovations are done. But I don't have to tell you all that.
One day they will be.
But I also don't nag you about that, correct?
No, you're really good that way.
My advice to you, and what I have done with his work from the beginning, because it's a passion. So obviously you're married to someone who's passionate about woodworking, is learn about it. Figure it out. Get interested. Learn the terminology. Ask questions. Be interested in what they're interested about. If you care about that person, like, listen up. Then you will invest in them in whatever way makes them feel important and valued. I know joinery terminology. I can recognize a scarf joint just by looking at it. It's hot. I know what he says when he's talking about soffit and a miter joint and like all these things. Woodworking.
Nothing hotter than a woman that knows how to adjust the outfeed table on your joinery. You know what I'm saying? Come on, that was a good one.
Okay. The point I'm trying to make is that the patience comes in actually like investing. That G&T just went right to your head. I'm losing him.
No.
Would you just mellow out? This is, like I said, this is just totally him. He is this way. 100% of the time. I said again.
Yeah, like 100 times. It's alright, I can edit it out.
Oh
my god.
Oh my god.
Like.
So he's like, no.
Really though.
Right?
Right? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I know, right?
I know, right? Moving on. Invest. Invest in what their interests are.
How do you find my working videos?
Well, okay. You guys, I'm like his #1 fan, okay? Like, get over it. You think you're fanboys or girls or whatever? I am definitely fan number 1. So I love all the videos. I love his work.
She's the keeper of my sword. Eh?
Yeah.
Which leads to our next question. Right? Right? Do you want to read it?
No.
From Ron Swanson.
That's a real name.
Is the samurai a samurai in the bedroom?
Samurai out.